Vlogtober. We got a vlog every day. If you're bored, need something to watch, come our way. We got Dustin beautifully blended on the tube for you. Subscribe, hit that bell. You know what to do. Be blessed. Be blessed. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is LashaTerry for anyone who is new. And if you are new, thank you for joining the family. We are so glad you came. If you are not new, we thank you as well for staying around and being loyal. So a couple of subscribers asked for cook with me videos. So that's what we're gonna do today. Cooking dinner, so I figured why not show you guys, and I hope you enjoy. So come. The first thing we're gonna be doing is a roast. And although this is a non-stick pan, I don't like messes, so I'm gonna put foil in the bottom of my pan. If you are new to our channel, we are a family of 8, and we do have 6 kiddos, so every now and then you will hear them in the videos. That is Kiara that you hear down here. And Kylan is over there. The rest of the kids are in here too, they're just not making noises. And of course, juices will still flow into the bottom of the pan, but this just makes my cleanup a little bit easier, not having to scrub the pan as much. And as well as, I don't like to take the coating off the pan, and when you scrub it too much, eventually that does come off. All right, I'm going to wash the meat and put it in the pan, and then I'll be right back. Stop. Huh? All right, I always use the basic trusty dusty seasoning salt, and I'm gonna, I'll be generous with it. I don't hold back. I season both sides. Garlic salt. I'm not gonna use regular salt because I have seasoning salt and garlic salt this time. Nope. And I don't measure anything. I just like to cover both sides of my meats. It hasn't failed me yet, so I'm gonna continue to doing that. And that's garlic powder, McCormick. I love McCormick. I see it. Thank you. Onion powder and black pepper. That's the Morion always bothering me as usual. All right, so now I'm gonna flip this over. I got some potatoes that I wanna put in there. I washed them because I wanna keep the skin on it. Normally I use the small potatoes, but my kids picked up a bag of the regular potatoes, so I was just like, I'll just use some of them. I'm gonna use a whole bell pepper because I love to eat them out the pot. And this is almost a whole onion that I already had started using, so I'm gonna just finish that up in here. And I left this whole so I can show someone who may or may not have ever cut and cleaned a bell pepper before. But I take all of this out, and then I'm gonna cut that off and this. All right, then I mince it again. To each his own, but I just don't like those little things on the inside. So I'm gonna cut it thin this way because I actually just want to eat them. If I were making gravy or something that I didn't want to eat them, I would cut them a little bit more fine. But for right now, I'm just gonna cut them in little strips like that. All right, got that cut up. I'm gonna do the same thing to this one and come back. Now, onion. then, like I said, I usually use small potatoes, so I'm gonna cut these up pretty small. So that's my potatoes, my onions and bell peppers. Now I'm gonna go ahead and season the other side of this and just put this around in the pan. My garlic salt. I'm gonna go over my potatoes and onions and bell peppers a lot with this garlic salt and some butter. The butter, you guys can skip that step if you want. I just like to do it because it keeps the meat moist to me and it just makes it taste so yummy. Huh?
Yummy, yummy.
Diana says yummy, yummy. She's standing right beside me here because cooking has become one of her little passions, and so she starts watching me. And so if y'all want to see her cook something as well, put it in the comments. It doesn't matter how you put this, you just put it around. Make it all pretty and colorful. Like I said, I like to eat onions and bell peppers on my side of my plate, so I like to put a lot of them in there. If you want to see Diana preparing something, just put it in the comments and we'll get that done for you. Now I'm going to put the potatoes around in there, mostly around the sides, not on top, so that they can get done like I want them to. I'll put a bunch of them in here in the middle right here. All right, that's that. And like I said, I'm going to be putting a little bit more of the garlic powder, the onion powder, garlic and onion powder, and the garlic salt along the top again. I'm not going to put the seasoning salt again because I don't want it to be too salty, but I do want to season my potatoes and bell peppers and onions. So that's why I didn't season the meat a lot in case it got on it again. Alright, and you want to put water in it, but not much. I'm showing you this cup, but I might not even use any of all of that because you don't want to cover your meat. You just want enough to keep it from burning because it's going to make its own juices. And I just place them sporadically around. I do want some on the meat, but mostly on my potatoes. And I'm gonna just move this over real quick so I can see where that water ended up. So I used about a half of this, but no, I don't use a measuring cup. And of course, I'll be checking on it sporadically. And as the juices come from the meat, I'll be pouring it over, and I'll show you guys that too. So then you want to cover this. And because, like I said, I don't want it dry, I'm going to cook it slow on 250 and let it do its thing, and we'll be back. All right, we're going to take it out and check on it. And then we're going to get our sides started. Always make sure you're being safe and using something to grab it with, whether it's a towel or mitten or something. Like I told you, we're going to make sure we stir these potatoes around so they can get good. And see how we didn't have a lot of water in here, but now we got all this juice back here. We're going to keep our potatoes stirred so they can get cooked evenly. And we're going to put some of this juice over the top of here. Some bell peppers and onions and potatoes going to be just lovely. This we do want to cover. And I like mine a little bit sweet, so I'm going to put some sugar in it. Not a lot. And yes, once again, my trusty dusty butter. I do use a lot of butter. You cook how you cook. I won't judge you. I'm gonna cook how I cook. Don't judge me. And I'm gonna go to the cabbage. Once again, do what you do, but I take these outer leaves off. And then I'm gonna wash it. Then I'm gonna cut this off.
Mom,
I'm gonna cut this in 4s.
Mom.
Oh, baby.
Mom.
What? And I'm actually gonna rinse it again. Yep. Once again, for my cabbage, butter. Alright. Then I'm gonna cut this extra, that little hard piece out. I don't like that, so I'm gonna cut that out. And then you can cut your cabbage as thick or as thin as you like. What, baby? Normally I put the greener leaves at the bottom because they take a little bit longer to cut, but I can't eat. Kira, shut up. I can eat my cabbage just barely steamed, so here lately I've just been putting it in there as I get to it. Alright, and Yoni Bug wants to help, so I'm actually, like I told y'all, this is really, really simple. So I'm going to let her do this. So she's about to wash her hands, and y'all can watch her make this.
Hey guys, shout out to my cousins Maya, Jalen, and CJ who watched this.
But she didn't turn it.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. I'm not taking that out. Alright, and this is how everything is looking. We got the cornbread, the roast, the pasta, macaroni, corn, and some cabbage. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a comment. Don't forget to like and share this video out. Thank you all so much, and as always, be blessed.